You breathe it in, and it hooks in your lungs, and it just comes up like a fish hook and tears your lungs and creates scar tissue until your lungs just close in on themselves. That's the way that it was explained to me. So these people would go out here, these men would go out and they would work, and they would come home and sit on the couch or hold their kids and sit next to their wife, and now the whole family's dying of asbestosis.
Hey, and welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for coming back. We do so appreciate it. Hey, how you doing, Lynn?
I'm good, Vinny. How are you today, my friend?
I'm pretty good, buddy. Had a pretty good day.
Yeah,
Can't complain.
yeah. No need to complain. No need to.
Why bore everybody with that?
That's right. Why bore everybody? Nobody in my life cares, Vinny. They just go wah wah wah. Get over it.
Yeah, really, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, Vinny, I thought we would talk about probably not as exciting as some of the other work I did, but probably led to some exciting times in my career. But when I'd been in the business a few years, and I was approached by an attorney, and he says, "I have some cases I need for you to serve." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "You're in competition against the sheriff's office." And I said, "Okay." He goes, "We just need you to underbid the sheriff's office." And I said, "Okay." And so, we come. I underbid the sheriff's office by 50 cents per serve. Now, little did I know.
Well, explain to them what you mean by that, because you get paid for every service you do.
I get paid for.
Yeah, but it's also the sheriff's office to provide service, and it costs a certain amount, and the lawyer is asking you to underbid what they charge. Is that correct?
At the time, the sheriff was charging $25 per serve.
Right.
And I underbid the sheriff's office, and the sheriff still charges. They just charge a lot more than that now.
Right.
But back in the mid to late 90s, they were charging $25 per serve.
Okay.
And a sheriff can only serve in their county. They can't serve outside their county. Now, as a private citizen who is appointed through the courts, I could serve. I had no boundaries. So if I was appointed in that court, I could serve in any county. I could serve that paper anywhere in the confines of the United States.
Right.
And it would be considered good service because I'm appointed in that court. And when you serve, you have to observe the law of that court. So, for example, New York service laws are different than Georgia service laws. So when I would get papers out of New York to serve in Georgia, I would have to adhere to the New York laws, because New York courts would be the one hearing it, so New York laws would govern.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So these cases that he was calling me about was asbestos cases. And through the 40s, 50s, and 60s, asbestos was very prominent in our building materials. And they would, so these companies would make their materials, and they figured out that asbestos was very harmful to the human lungs. And they continued to manufacture these products, hiding this fact, and they lied to the American people. And so once that this was all discovered, a law firm out of South Carolina, I think it is, brought all these asbestos lawsuits. People who had asbestosis, or their family members who caught it from bringing the asbestos in. So these were the lawsuits that I was serving. So I said, okay, I'll be more than happy to outbid them. Little did I know, Vinny, that each lawsuit had 53 defendants.
Whoa.
that means that there's 53 serves per one plaintiff. There's 53 individual serves that has to go with it.
Wow.
And they were bringing them in by the truckload.
Holy cow.
I mean, we would file 50, 60 at a time. I mean, just tons of them.
Right.
But here's the sad part about it. Here was what was so horrible about this is these people were dying of asbestosis, and that's a very cruel death.
Yeah, I bet.
And the way that it was explained to me is this asbestos comes in, goes, you breathe it in, and it hooks in your lungs, and it just comes up like a fish hook and tears your lungs and creates scar tissue until your lungs just close in on themselves. That's the way that it was explained to me.
Ugh.
And so these people would go out here, these men would go out and they would work, and they would come home and sit on the couch or hold their kids and sit next to their wife, and now the whole family's dying of asbestosis.
Oh my God. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, because it would be on their clothes, and now the whole family's dying.
Oh.
One of the this is just horrible, and these companies all knew that it was that it was dangerous, and they were still lying about it. Now here was the thing: once that it was manufactured into a product, it was safe. So you remember they used to make siding that goes on a house that
Yes.
has asbestos in it.
Yeah.
Well, once that asbestos, once that it was made into a sheet and hardened, unless you broke it, it was safe.
Right.
Now, if you broke it and the fibers came out, then it was dangerous. But as long as it was in that sheet, it was safe. But when they're in the factory making it, asbestos is flying everywhere.
Are they wearing masks and stuff in the factory, or?
I don't think they did.
Yeah.
And these people, these ship makers, man, these people, we represented hundreds of ship makers because of the breathing all this, because I guess a lot of asbestos, because they used to wrap pipes with this asbestos type tape, and they did that on ships, and just horrible sights, Vinny. Just horrible.
Now for those listening who don't know what asbestos is, just in case, it is a fire prevention material. Is that correct?
Well, I'm not. I think it's fire resistant.
Fire resistant and for insulation.
And for insulation, but they also made roofing shingles out of it. They made siding that goes on the side of your house out of it. And yes, they sealed pipes with it for insulation purposes. They used it on ships for insulation. They used it in ceilings, but I'm not sure what all the purposes of it is. But it was a very dangerous product.
Yeah.
And you will see workers in a building, and you'll see them in these white suits, fully masked up, everything. If it's an older building, typically they're taking out asbestos.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they can take it out. They have to take it out, and it's hazardous material dumping and all this other stuff.
Full suit on, full suit of protective gear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a horrible, man. We would meet with these clients, Vinny, and they would come up with their walkers and their oxygen bottles, barely could breathe long enough to talk. I mean, they're just out of breath just talking to you. Just
horrible.
And these companies put on seminars to tell people how safe this product was. That should have been your first sign right there, Vinny.
Yeah.
If you have to put on a seminar to tell somebody how safe your product is,
yeah,
probably not the safest product in the world.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the whole controversy about Teflon.
Yeah.
Teflon, that non-stick coating for pans. That stuff is deadly. Yeah. It causes the brain diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, like that, long-term exposure to it. And bro, you can still go into Walmart and buy a Teflon coated pan.
Why is it still legal if it's that deadly?
It's because it works. It's a non-stick. It literally works to, if you want to cook an egg, you cook it in a non-stick pan, and your eggs will not stick. But all those chemicals are going in your body, and it causes all the brain diseases.
Yeah, Vinny, but I would like to cook my egg and remember that I ate it.
Yeah, right. Me too. Me too. Yeah.
I would hate to cook an egg and eat it and then spend the rest of the day looking for it.
Yeah. There's a documentary that you can find. It's called The Devil We Know. It's
Yeah.
all about this. And if you watch that documentary, it'll scare the pants off you, and you'll throw away all your Teflon pans, which you should do anyway, because it's so dangerous. Yeah, just the safest thing to do is to be cooking on 100% stainless steel. But that's what this reminds me of, the company lying about the safety
Yeah.
of the product, because they did for years. And there's all these stories about people who manufactured the product, dying of cancer, and the company still, no, it's fine, because they're paying off these companies to tell these lies. Because hey, they want their money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they make 100 million, they pay 10 million, they got 90 in their pocket. It's
Yeah.
worth it.
What do they care?
Yeah. They're not eating off their product.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Now you said it's best to cook on stainless steel.
Stainless steel. Yeah.
Is stainless steel nonstick?
It can be, if you cook with it properly. The way to cook with stainless steel properly is to get it up to temperature. And you know how you can tell when stainless steel is up to temperature?
Turns blue?
Yeah, no, no. You drop some water on it, and if it beads up into little balls and rolls around the pan, that means it's up to temperature. Then take out that water and just drop a little butter in there, or a high smoke point oil, believe it or not, there's a algae oil, which is a high smoke point oil, and it's healthy. Coconut oil, not too high smoke point, but olive oil is very, very safe, and your egg will not stick.
Huh.
You can do the exact same thing with cast iron, but yeah.
Yeah. We use cast iron.
Yeah.
But not for everything.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know that you could use just straight stainless steel.
Yeah, use straight stainless steel. Yeah, just get it up to temperature, and you don't need stainless steel. Don't put it on high, man. Just medium to medium low.
Yeah.
Now, it might take you longer to get it up to temperature, but it's the safest cooking surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, stainless steel, that's natural.
They do surgery with stainless steel. If they, they're cutting you open with stainless steel, so it's got to be safe. It's got to be 100% safe, and it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Never knew that.
Stay away from aluminum. Shouldn't even be cooking on aluminum foil. Stay away from aluminum and Teflon.
Why stay away from aluminum? Does it release too many chemicals?
Aluminum has chemicals in it that causes those brain that leach into the food. And the more exposure you have to it, the more dangerous it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just cook on parchment paper, unbleached parchment paper.
It's the best way to go.
Best way to go. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off subject here, but
it's interesting.
But this company lying about the safety of asbestos reminds me of this whole Teflon controversy.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232.
Unfortunately, Vinny, there's probably a ton of companies out there that lie about the safety of their products.
Oh, yeah. For
sure. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
And they're hoping we never know it.
I know. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They just want
And
that dollar. They want that
they
dollar.
just want that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just want that almighty dollar. That's
Yeah.
all they want.
And
So
they got the money to fight all these lawsuits in court, and
yeah.
what, we owe you money? Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Come
So,
get our
but I think
come get our new product.
yeah. Well, I mean, now that we know that Teflon does this, they should have been pulled off the market. Our government should have forced them to pull it off the market many years ago.
Now, you can go into Walmart, Target, you can probably go into any cooking store in America and get a Teflon coated pan still.
See, us as Americans should put them out of business by not buying their product.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should not buy their products.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is there any pots and pans that is coated that are safe?
If it's a coated pan, why would you want to cook on some kind of chemical?
Yeah.
It's just a chemical that they coated the pan with, like that copper stuff. They also got the blue stuff, they got the pink stuff, they got the green stuff. Like every month they come up with a different color coated pan, and
Yeah.
it's just a chemical coating, and you heat up that chemical coating and that leaches into your food. And maybe if you do it once or twice, it ain't going to kill you, but you do enough of that over time and you're doing serious damage to your body. Your body doesn't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
And it just stays inside your body.
Yeah.
So the safest thing you can do is just stick with stainless steel pot. Don't cook on anything but stainless steel. Get rid of those silicone spatulas, and cook with a wooden spatula. Cook with a stainless steel spatula. Stainless steel will not scratch stainless steel. So, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're cooking with a Teflon pan with a stainless steel spatula, you're scratching that surface, and that's going all in your food.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary.
We use wooden spatulas and stirrers and stuff. But anyway, back to the subject at hand here, Vinny.
Sorry, everybody.
No, I keep asking questions. I mean, it's a very interesting subject, and I guess we could go on about it for hours. But and it's very interesting. I've learned a lot tonight, Vinny.
Yeah, well, as you know, I worked for that. That pots and pans company. I learned all this stuff.
Yeah,
and so
if you just stop and think about it, it makes sense.
It makes 100% sense. Yeah,
everything you're saying makes sense.
Yeah,
you are 1,000% correct. It is nothing but a chemical.
Yeah,
and when you heat chemicals, what happens? They release toxins.
They release toxins, leaches into your food, and it stays in your body. Your body doesn't know what to do with it. It just stays in there. And here's one more scary fact. They say that 99% of Americans have some form of Teflon in their body right now. 99%. It's in there because Teflon was in so many products. Many products. It wasn't just for pans. So you watch that documentary, The Devil We Know. It'll scare the pants off. Scare the pants off you.
Yeah. Well, maybe I shouldn't watch it, Vinny. I don't need to be scared.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just get rid of it. Get rid of the Teflon stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to look and see, but I mean, we don't have Teflon coated pans.
Good.
I don't think that. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, we may have stainless steel pans because they're not coated with anything, but they may not be stainless steel. They may be some other kind of metal.
Make sure it's not aluminum. Just aluminum is the worst.
I don't think it's aluminum.
Good.
They're stronger than that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll have to look and see. But but I know we don't have anything Teflon coated. We don't use those.
Yeah.
So and the pots and pans are not flimsy. They're pretty sturdy, but so they're not aluminum. So I'm not sure what they are.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're stainless.
You probably got stainless steel.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Knowing my wife, they're probably stainless steel.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, and there was even an insurance company that was part of these lawsuits. One of the big insurance companies, one of the biggest in the United States, MetLife. was involved in all these asbestos lawsuits because they put on a seminar telling everybody how safe the asbestos was.
Wow.
And after, I don't know, about a year or so of these lawsuits being filed, I guess they come to an agreement or lawsuits won, whatever the case may be. And they just dumped a whole bunch of money into these accounts, and these people with asbestos, were getting settlements. I don't know how much the settlements were, but there were so many people, Vinny. Even up into the early 2000s, we were doing this.
I
And
remember the commercials. I remember the commercials. If you've been exposed to asbestos or worked with asbestos during these years or blah, 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 you are eligible for money.
yeah,
And every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, I'll still see an advertisement. They're still coming after these companies.
yeah. Well, you think about if there's people still living that was exposed to that asbestos, how far up into time did we use it?
Yeah.
I mean, if we knew that it was unsafe and these companies were still pushing it, shouldn't our government, who is elected to protect us, shouldn't they be punishing these companies?
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't they be going, look, guys, you really messed up and you went on for 30 years after you knew. So we're going to do everything but put you out of business.
Yeah.
And then the next time something like this happens, you'll think about it.
Yeah.
See, all that money you made off this product, all this money, we're going to take it from you.
Yeah. And they
so
should.
You don't have this money anymore.
Yeah. And they should.
We're taking it from you.
Yeah.
That's how you stop these corporations from doing things like that.
Yeah.
But you know why they don't? Because they get their kickbacks.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't too long ago that there was iron in paint.
Lead.
Oh, lead. That's right. Lead. You're right. Lead.
Yeah.
Lead in paint. And they determined that was causing cancer.
Yeah.
And when my wife and I, when we moved into our new apartment in North Hollywood, we had to sign a waiver that said that we are pretty sure there's no lead in this building. So, we had to sign off so that we wouldn't sue them. You know what that meant?
Yeah. There's lead in the building.
There was lead in that paint.
Yeah.
Why would they make us do that? Yeah. If there wasn't lead in the paint, but we got like a one of those kits that detects the lead and everything, and we couldn't find any. But this was an old building. You know how many coats of paint were over that initial coat of lead paint?
Yeah.
It was in there. We had to sign a waiver.
Yeah. Well, wonder.
It's the same thing. The same thing. Why not tear it down and get rid of all that crap and build something new? No, because that would be too much money.
Yeah. Well, or even just, the lead paint's there, tear the walls out.
Right.
Just tear the walls out. The sheetrock's not that expensive.
Right.
Just re-sheetrock it.
Yeah.
If lead is really, if the lead being on the walls is that dangerous to humans, then that is something that is why we pay taxes, is for the government to take care of those type of things.
Exactly.
That's why we pay taxes.
Exactly.
So they should do something.
Yeah. But unfortunately, there's a committee that's supposed to be doing that gets paid to fix all that. But if they fix all that, they stop getting paid. So why are they going to fix it?
Here, let me tell you, I don't know how true this is, but this is what I heard. When Elon was with Doge with the government,
You mean Doge?
Doge, yes, Doge.
Yeah.
Doge. There was a symbol on one of the department's websites, and it was in the wrong place, or not a symbol, but a click here button or something. And they wanted it moved because it bothered Elon. and and so they said you have to put in a request, and by the time that request goes through all of the official government departments and makes it to where it's supposed to be, that it would cost $2 million and take 12 months.
Ugh.
So Elon hacked in and moved it and put it where it's supposed to go.
Oh my God, I love it.
And
Yeah.
it made them so angry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were all up in arms. They just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You got to go through the committees. It's got to go through this committee and that committee, and it's got to do this.
Yeah.
And Elon said, and his argument is on every other government website you go to, this button is here.
Yeah.
And when I went to your website, it couldn't be found.
Right.
He said, so I just put it in the same place it was on every other website.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that makes sense. And why pay $2 million for it to go through committees?
Yeah. Well, because everybody wants to get their money. Everybody wants to get their money.
Yeah.
Their government money, the taxpayers' money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's got to go through the committees because those congressmen and senators are on those committees. You got to pay them off to let it go through the committee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what the committees are for.
100%.
You read these articles. It says, I read one today. There's a news article, and I can't remember which congressman or senator it was, but it says when they went into office, they were in debt $2 million. And it says on $148,000 a year salary, when they went into office, they were in debt $2 million. 18 months later, they're worth $148 million.
Yeah.
How does this happen on $148 million salary, $148,000 salary?
It can't happen. Take years, decades.
Well, here's how it happened. We're going to put you on this committee, and you're going to take your bribes, and you're going to be rich.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
Yeah. That's how people in Congress get rich.
Yeah.
This $148,000 salary, they're collecting money from lobbyists. Oh, if you vote this way, we'll give you this. Okay, well, I'll vote that way. And that's why nothing gets done.
Yeah.
That's why nothing gets done. And these people in Congress are getting rich.
Yep. And that's why committees need to be eliminated.
Yeah, I should run for Congress.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Vinnie. I'm afraid that somebody would kill me if I ran for Congress.
Yeah, right.
Look, the first time that somebody stood up and started yelling some dumb conspiracy theory, I'd just say, sit down and shut up. You're stupid.
Yeah, sit down.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
You know what you sound like? You're ignorant. You know how stupid you sound.
Yeah.
You know, and I just couldn't. I could hold my tongue for a while. 2-3 days.
Yeah.
and then I would just be going, look, shut up, stupid.
Yeah.
I'm tired of listening to you.
This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888
477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
I was talking to somebody. It was about a case, and they proved my point for me by it was a self-defense case, and the case was a woman shot a man. It's a video on the internet out of Florida. A woman shot a man, and he was pacing back and forth, and he was about 6. They were about 6 feet apart. And I say it was not self-defense because there was no reasonable fear of bodily harm or losing your life, and there was no other felony being committed. He has the same right to be in the parking lot that she has the right to be in. So, he didn't lunge at her or anything of that nature. So therefore, it's not self-defense.
It's not justified.
It's not justified. It's not self-defense. And
Right.
then they're saying, well, remember the neighborhood watch kid down there in Florida that shot Trayvon Martin?
Oh, yeah. I remember that case.
Okay. They're saying, well, these cases are the same. And I said, these cases are not the same. I said, Trayvon Martin had him on the ground, beating him in the face. This was collaborated by 4 or 5 different eyewitnesses. So this is collaborated. And they said, well, he should have never followed. It's Zimmerman. His name's Zimmerman. They said Zimmerman should have never followed Trayvon Martin. And I said, well, Zimmerman had the right to be anywhere that Trayvon Martin had the right to be.
Right.
Neither one of them had any more right to be. And they said, well, you can't follow him. Yes, I can. I can follow you down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It's public property. I can follow you. If you can go there, I can follow you there. Sorry, but the law that allows you to go there allows me to go there at the very same time you're going there.
Exactly.
Call it anything you want. The law allows me to go there at the same time. So that's out of the question. And I mean, so you can't, I said, you can't compare the two. And I said, by the way, thank you for proving my case.
Yeah.
And he said, how did I prove your case? I said, the law in Florida didn't think that Zimmerman was acting in self-defense. I said, because the prosecutor brought charges against him, and they didn't give him the benefit of saying self-defense. I said, if they would give him the benefit of saying self-defense, they wouldn't have brought charges against him.
Right.
And I said, he went in front of a jury of his peers. His peers weighed the evidence that was put in front of them and said he wasn't guilty, that it was self-defense and under the Florida law.
Yeah.
I said, so you just proved my case. I said, so if you apply the same standards to Zimmerman that you're applying to this case, then they have to arrest her and try her for murder.
Right. Yeah.
And then he got mad and cussed me out and called me names.
Well, that's how you know that he lost the argument.
Yeah.
That's what people who lose arguments do. They resort to calling names and insults. Yeah.
Yeah. He called me all kinds of names.
Oh yeah. Good guy.
Yeah. But Vinnie, I get used to it because I'm kind of one that I don't say much unless I have facts.
Right.
And trying to compare those two cases to each other, just okay. If you want to compare them, they're really not comparison. But if you want to compare them, then you have to. You can't say one has to be tried and the other one doesn't. You can't say it's self-defense for one and not for the other one.
Right.
You just can't do it. I mean, if you're going to treat them the same, if you're going to say, okay, we're comparing these two cases, then she has to be brought up on murder charges.
Absolutely.
No way around it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
And I was really shocked that I could remember that case from 8 or 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah. So what happened with, so this company that made all this money manufacturing this asbestos had to pay back all that money to these people. So basically they won.
It was like people, it was 50 or 60 companies
that manufactured asbestos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, holy cow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully they're out of business now.
Some of them went out of business. and some of them were out of business before. But the ones that survived had to pay a lot of money, and some of them actually went out of business because of the lawsuits.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you because knowing that a product is bad and lying to keep the product on the market, you should be put out of business.
You should be put out of Vegas, and I think you should do jail time.
I think that you should do jail
I
time
mean,
also.
you're essentially harming citizens
Willingly and knowingly.
willingly and knowingly and
Yeah.
purposefully.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
So if you compare it to bank robbery, why do you rob a bank? For your gain. So
Yeah.
why are you lying to the public and harming people and killing people to keep this product on the market? For your gain.
Yeah.
So you rob a bank and you shoot somebody and you lie to keep this product on the market for the very same reason, for your gain.
I think I mean, you talk about comparing cases. I think it's the same thing.
Yep. Well, I think the motive and the outcome are the same.
The motive and the outcome are the same.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
And since the motive and the outcome are the same, I think that you should be criminally charged the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't willfully walk in with a gun and rob a bank, but you willfully lied and put out propaganda to keep this product on the market that killed caused harm and killed thousands and thousands of robbed thousands and thousands and thousands of people of their life.
Right.
And
of their money because they had to get care.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a comparable crime.
And a lot of these, no, not a lot of them. All of these people who worked in this field were your average blue collar workers, Vinny. They were
just trying to make a living.
It wasn't like they were having these, $1 million insurance policies that they could just run to the doctor. I mean, it destroyed them financially. What money they did have saved, it would destroy them financially.
Hell yeah.
It was, and they're dying off, and they're leaving 14-year-old kids that now have asbestosis. Now their kids are dying from it. But their kids never lived to see 30.
Yeah, horrible.
And it's a horrible situation.
Yeah, yeah. Lose their business, lose their money, and do some jail time. That would be justice.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to profit. They shouldn't be allowed to enjoy the fruits of what that crime produced.
100%.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to enjoy one dime of that.
100%.
Because you're not allowed to enjoy the fruits of your bank robbery.
No.
So why are you allowed to enjoy? Because you're paying off the politicians.
Right.
Let's just face it. That's the reason.
Yeah. Nuts.
But that's
I hate to say it, but well, that's America. That's that's the way it is right now. I mean,
it's been that way for a long time, Vinny.
I know.
And it's sickening, and you don't realize how sickening it is, Vinny, until you sit with these people and you get to know these people, and then you get the call or you show up for court and you ask where they're at, and they go, "Oh, they died."
Yeah.
And it's just, and you hear it time and time and time and time again. Yeah. And it's just, and it's not, these are not people that are filing fraudulent lawsuits or trying to get over on somebody. These are legitimate, hardworking people. And I'm not saying that the people who file lawsuits, but you know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Sure. Yeah.
There's people that are less than honorable that do things, but none of these people were them. They were all, they all
just trying to take care of their family, and and they don't deserve that fate. No, not at all.
Nope. And they were all diagnosed before they could file the claim. They all had to be diagnosed with having asbestosis, which you can only get from breathing the product.
Horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Horrible. So be careful out there.
Oh, and here's something else, Vinny. You talk to, you hear these stories, you read these stories about the people who work in the Cheetos factory. The dust from the Cheetos is giving them cancer.
What? Is
Yes.
that real?
Yes.
The Cheetos?
The Cheeto dust, yes, that they breathe it, and they breathe it into their lungs because it's not meant to be breathed into your lungs.
Right.
And it'll cause cancer.
So if you buy a bag of Cheetos, you could be breathing in that dust and causing harm to yourself?
Just Google it and read the story. I mean, but that's not just Cheetos. I mean, there's several other products that do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And have you ever seen coffee creamers?
Yes.
They're very flammable.
They're flammable.
Yes.
The like
not the little milk creamers, but the packets, the little packets you open, the coffee creamers
that come in the little like thimbles.
Yeah.
That stuff's
or like the coffee creamer, the you buy it in a can and it's a powder.
Oh, the powder is flammable.
Highly flammable.
Oh, well, we don't use that. Yeah. but let me tell you something. Cheetos they're junk. I mean, it's artificially processed crap, but holy cow, do I love them. and to hear, oh my God, they're so yummy, especially the crunchy. I mean, I know some people prefer the puffy. I'm a fan of the crunchy ones, and to hear that stuff is dangerous in your lungs, that is so depressing to me, buddy.
Yeah.
And the coffee creamer being flammable, the powder stuff, we don't use that. But
well, it's there's a lot of those things out there, Vinny. A lot of them.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
Just
but
horrible.
But I don't think the Cheetos is dangerous. It's only for the people that work in there that just breathe that heavy Cheetos dust every day.
Oh no, I hear you. I'm just saying that the fact that that's a thing, makes me want to not ever buy another bag. But sometimes I'm just, I see them in the store. I'm like, yeah, I got to get me one of those bags right now. I just love them. I just love them. But oh boy,
I love Doritos, but
hell yeah.
I'd like to have just the powder. I could eat the powder with a spoon.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Yeah. Put them on anything. Yeah.
I don't, the chip that they're on, who cares? I just like that flavor.
That's the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Doritos awesome too. But man, once again, it's processed crap, man. It's not good for you, but man, is it good. Yeah.
Tastes good. Yeah.
Tastes good.
Yeah. Good for the old brain.
Good for the old brain. Hey guys, if you like stand-up comedy and goofball videos, check me out online. My website is vinnie.com. That's www.vinnie.com. All the links to all my social media are there. Please give me a follow. If you need private investigative work, if you need to serve somebody papers, find somebody, surveil somebody, Lynn Lambdin is the best, ladies and gentlemen. Tell them your website.
www.lwias.com.
And thank you, Simple Funding and the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, for sponsoring this episode. If you need their services, let them know that you heard about them on this podcast. And if you haven't yet, give us a follow. We would so appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week.